So David Morrell is calling out David Benavidez. He's acting like he doesn't have a lot of options right now, but from what I'm seeing, he has a lot of options. Well, I ain't saying he ain't acting like he got a lot of options, but I don't know. I ain't hearing too many names coming from him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys I'm hearing right now is either maybe a Caleb Plant if you feel like it, and David Benavidez. I know we all trying to look for the big fights in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Guys are calling out big fights, but I'm starting to take the guys more serious that are trying to make the fights happen. That's almost big fights, but not really big fights. Big fights to real boxing fans. But I mean, the payday fights, yeah, those are cool too. But if you're not ready, it might end up being your last payday. So it depends if guys want to sit up here and actually take fights like that still. I mean, for some reason they're kind of cool and okay with stuff like that, but right now you got to be ready, because if Morrell goes in there and looks very bad against Benavidez, a lot of people not gonna want to give him a chance as far as being able to redeem himself. A lot of time in boxing now, if you do one thing and don't really be able to pull forward and do certain things the right way, you won't be able to go forward in the sport of boxing. Because a lot of people, they don't really like how things are going as far as people just calling out certain people instead of fighting who they need to fight. Because as soon as the mandatory look like it's about to come out, then that's when guys start acting all wild about they need to fight a certain guy. I don't know if guys are trying to get paydays before they get to a certain point where they gotta fight a hard fight. And I don't want to sound like that, but I'm just saying, like, because from what I've seen on Morrell's resume as far as things, yeah, he hasn't fought the best of the best, but he's fought the guys, I guess, they put in front of him. But at this point right now, he has a regular belt. And from what I've seen to deal with the regular belt, he has contenders like Christian Mbilli, who's up to fight on the he has a fight coming up, and he's looking like he's the number one contender for David Morrell's belt right now. So David Morrell isn't in a position where he wants to defend his belt, but Christian Mbilli definitely coming for the belt. So it's only a matter of time for what Morrell's gonna do, because 168's finna start getting crowded. You got McGill up there, you got Pacheco, you have Berlanga at 168. It's getting crowded out there. So for him to feel like he doesn't have much competition at 168, I don't believe that. Benavidez ain't the only guy down there. There's a lot better fight. I ain't gonna say better fighters. There's a lot more fighters down there. That's better competition than what you fought. Christian Mbilli is the number one contender right now. If Morrell don't want to acknowledge that, hey, possibly scared, man. I'm just gonna be real. Possibly scared. Cause they got around the same age as you. Why you ain't? He don't want to call the guys around his same age. I don't know, man. That's a fight that's gonna happen though. I think that fight might happen 2024. I'm not kidding. That fight might happen 2024. They might make that a mandatory before he fight Benavidez. He don't get that fight with Benavidez before he gets out of 175. I mean 168, go to 75. He might have to beat Mbilli, man. He'll be able to win, but that's gonna be a tough fight right there. That's something that definitely has to happen in boxing. There's gonna be some tough fights coming on. That's a tough fight though. I feel like Morrell gonna give himself a chance, but because he's getting bigger and putting on more size, and he's getting stronger, so he's definitely gonna have a chance to beat Mbilli. He's improving and different things like that, but that's just not a regular guy that everybody's beating right now. That's the only problem about everything. And we just don't know what type of level this is gonna be on. It's gonna be a rough fight for Mbilli though. I mean for Morrell and Mbilli. But for him to be the contender and Morrell kinda like that's letting me know like, okay, something's obviously going on. I guess we don't want to acknowledge it, but it's definitely something going on. I feel like he knows he's a threat. If he doesn't know about him, that's a bigger problem. If David Morrell doesn't know yet, he's gonna find out. I'm telling you, he's gonna be put on notice. I think after this next fight that Mbilli has, I think people will start to recognize with him being on the bitter beef out of undercard, they'll start to realize that this guy's a problem. I think they'll start to recognize it sooner or later. Because now what I'm seeing from these guys, they ain't really trying to put together no fights like that. Not with the younger guys. They gotta always chase somebody older down and try to get a payday. And that's why you gotta respect some of these younger guys who are actually putting their career on the line early. Because if they don't, who knows when the next fight they might get. They putting a lot of guys on the shelf. Who knows? Like Regis Prograis, if he wouldn't have fought Devin Haney, who knows when he would have fought again, or would have had a choice of who he would have fought. We don't know if he would have had a choice. He probably would have had to just deal with the situation he was in. I definitely don't think he was gonna have it easy at all, though. There was a lot of pressure on him. But with David Morrell, he's talking like he wants the competition, so it's not much pressure on him. He just got to learn how to do certain things as far as not looking too far ahead at certain fights, because a lot of these guys, they just want a big fight and a payday, or their promoters do. That's what sets them up, and then they use them and go on to the next. But if Morrell doesn't try to find a situation he can get into real quick, as far as in this 68 division where he can kind of be involved as much as Benavidez is, because I feel like a fight with him and Benavidez right now, it will be an excellent fight, probably one of the best in boxing right now. But if he was able to fight guys like Christian and Mbilli and different things like that, and kind of meet Benavidez later on, that would actually help the situation, because him and Benavidez will have bigger fights away from each other than they would actually together, because Benavidez could be able to have bitter beef and Bivol and different people like that, and the guys at 168 that David Morrell that Benavidez should have fought, or people that should have fought Benavidez, Morrell can go on and kind of get involved and fight with them if he wants to. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, like I said, they only looking for certain people to fight, so it's not really that fun anymore for certain people to try to match make and go through the rankings. Hopefully the mandatories work, though. I just know this, at 168, and Mbilli's going to be there, and he's a top contender for his belt, so he's going to have to figure out something soon. If he wants to keep a belt, if he wants to get involved, definitely going to have to be a fight that he wants to involve himself in. If not, he's going to get left behind. A lot of these promoters and people, they're setting things up right now to where these guys are going to have to cross paths without them even knowing it. So I expect that to happen very soon. That's all I got, though. Like and subscribe.